in the middle of the field, but if they can move this defensive line sideline to sideline, they win.
Hand off to Hamilton, runs right in the middle of that big defensive line for Michigan for a loss. Right, his career log is 48, and that is blocked too. Wow!
I think that's Chris Wormley, right up the middle, over the center. Well, Wormley is 6'6", 300 pounds, and their emotional leader on that defense. 2 blocked punts, and now a blocked field goal right in the middle. That ball's low coming out too, Steve. You got to put a little bit of that on Matthew Wright. You got to get that ball up over the offensive line.
We've played 8.5 minutes, people. We've had 3 special team block kicks.
Scott Frost is able to get this thing going.
Hand off to Hamilton. Trying to squeeze through for a couple.
But at the same time, but you know, I heard this guy banging on the sled, and he was all by himself. It was Rashawn Gary. Pretty impressive.
Matthew Wright attempting from 49. No good.
That was Wormley.
Did he get him again?
I think it was Wormley. 4th tip of the day.
Wormley, who blocked the earlier field goal. All right, special teams having a field day for Michigan.
He's right in the middle, and again, a low kick for Matthew Wright. You know, that's good protection there. There's nothing really more you can do. The ball's got to get up higher. I mean, Wormley's 6'6", I get it. He puts his arms up, but that's the fundamentals of kicking. You got to get the ball up in the air.
Wormley, let's call it 2 blocked field goals. And he gets at least the best starting field position to work with UCF has had all day. Patty's going to try to keep it himself.
Whoa.
Here in Ann Arbor in the summer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to see that kind of behavior from my Uber driver. That's all I'm saying. Like a nice, quiet, easy-going Uber driver. Chris Wormley makes the stop there.
At the top of the list, and then there's UCF, UConn, Cincy, BYU. They're all in that mix.
They get the playoff before the end of the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line. Blue foul under pressure, hit as he got rid of it by Wormley.
Calling it an
3rd down.
Yeah, they're calling it an incomplete pass, so his arm was coming forward. If not, that would be where the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see exactly where it was. The arm starts. Whoa, they're going to rule it an incomplete pass, and so they'll stay with that call on the field. His arm does start coming forward.
Safe play for the quarterback here.
So 3rd and 11 inside their own 10. McSorley's got to get out of there, and the ball is across the goal line. He got sacked right near that goal line. It's not a safety, but it's not good for Penn State.
It's not a safety for about half a yard. Wormley just comes at the top of the screen. Wormley is a player that has been coming better and better every single week. He's due for a breakout game, the senior captain of this Michigan team. We talked to him last night. He is an impressive young man. Barkley in a passing.
3rd and 4. Michigan has been the best in college football early in the year on 3rd down. McSorley goes down. Chris Wormley got there.
Here he comes, 26 out of the backfield. He's going to run a little Texas route down to the left and then come back inside. You got to throw the ball right there. That's where the 1st down is. And young quarterbacks can't train themselves to keep their eyes downfield long enough when you have pressure in the pocket.
Miles Sanders in the backfield. McSorley swings it to Sanders, who is very talented.
From Division III school. 2nd and 13 after they pick up the flag. Wale trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. By 7. They stay on the ground with Corey Clement. They lean forward for a yard or 2 before Chris Wormley brings them down. How do you keep it quiet with nearly 112,000 people in the building today? 111,846 on hand. 3. Just get it away. Hornibrook under pressure. Can't get out of it.
these situations, third down, Steve, you got to keep your wits about you. He's trying to get the ball to Fumagalli. He thinks he's under pressure, but there's enough space there to throw the ball to Fumagalli. It's not going to be perfect all the time. The guys aren't going to be wide open. You got to make that play.
And this team be potentially a college football playoff team.
Rutgers in search of its first down, and it will not get there. Robert Martin tackled. And nothing there again. This Michigan defensive line. Chris Wormley, Ryan Glasgow. Who...
Second down and 10 at the 25. Tyler White is the motion man. Toss play, Reggie Corbett. And Corbett caught from behind after a gain of 1.
They want the screen, and it's not there. Diagnosed perfectly by the Wolverine defense. And Chris Wormley got pressure on Tyler O'Connor. Now it's third down and 15. Play action for O'Connor. Floats one to the sideline. And that's out of bounds. Here comes the blitz. Terry, long throw, incomplete. Josiah Price, the intended receiver. And boy, he got hit hard. And now he's hurt.
That was really all three guys, and one of their late stunts and blitzes there, as you see Gideon's coming in. Two defensive ends, 270 pounds, 265 pounds.
For him when we can. Caleb Rowe is a quarterback for the Terps, trailing by 21.
So that was an inauspicious first day in Iowa City for him. On the jet sweep, that is just stuffed out. Wadley came around the edge, and big Chris Wormley said, I saw that on tape. I was ready for that one.
Yeah, and
he's got it again. Stutter step and a short gain. They think it's a Wadley. Beathard chased and just heaves it out of trouble. And they'll have a little conversation about intentional grounding, and flag is going to come out. Wormley was in his face.
Yeah, he was not outside of the tackle box.
Offense number 16. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
Two things. He wasn't outside of the tackle box, and he didn't have a receiver in that area, so it was a pretty easy call for the lead official tonight to call intentional grounding. Wormley does a nice job of fighting through.
I think about 30 yards was the closest receiver.
Yeah, Beathard just throws it up there.
On 2nd and 7. Redding to the 31. Instead, they're at the 35 of Michigan. Redding, nothing. That's Chris Wormley, captain for this Michigan team, playing his last game at the Big House, one of 43 seniors. Again, the Wolverines control their own destiny to the Big Ten championship game. Taco Charlton there defensively, along with Wormley spinning down Brookins.
in this era of Harbaugh and Urban Meyer.
Ohio State takes over at the 11, a keeper by Barrett. The ball hit Brandon Watson, who was down covering the punt. So the Wolverines hoping his defense can restore order here. And Barrett looking to throw, has to dodge pressure, can't get away for long. Finally sacked on the inside by Chris Wormley.
As well. I was going to say this is where they have to hold him to 3. On 3rd and 4. Too strong off the fingertips of Rudolph.
Man-to-man coverage to run a quick out like that to the field. That's a long throw against tight coverage. And Michigan gets a stop.
The first one went 92 yards. That's good for 12. Here's the extra point. It is blocked.
2-point play.
As Wormley again. Wormley's had blocks in his career. He's one of the best in college football at doing it. As you said, Metellus picks it up. And a great block on Saunders, the tight end by Jordan Lewis.